Welcome back. My name is Bill Shields. In this video I'm going to be talking about Hashcat. This video will serve as a short introduction and tutorial into the Hashcat tool. What is Hashcat? Hashcat is an open source, lightning fast hash cracking tool. It supports over 300 hashing algorithms, and it utilizes CPU or GPU acceleration to increase the hash cracking speeds. So how does it work? Hashcat is essentially a highly optimized brute forcing tool. So there's more than one way to use it. The two main ways are going to be, first, using word lists, which are essentially text files that contain common passwords, and you're going to pass these word lists along with the hashes into Hashcat, and then it'll use these word lists to try to find a match to the target hash. The second method uses user-defined masks to try to brute force the password, and I'll talk more about that in a second. So word lists can be found at a bunch of websites online. The website that I used to get the word list I'm going to be using in this video is listed here. So if we go over to that website, you can see this is the word list that I'm using. There are 1.35 billion passwords in this word list, and uncompressed it's 14 gigabytes. So if you look on the website, you can see it'll actually show you how many passwords of each length there are in this file. And then you can also see a breakdown by masks. So you can see the majority of the passwords in this file are going to be consisting of letters followed by numbers. Almost 600 million passwords in this file are letters followed by numbers. So now to talk about some common flags that you're going to see in Hashcat commands. You have the -m flag, which is going to specify the hash type. So some examples are -m0, which is going to tell Hashcat that it's searching for MD5 sums. And then there's also -m1400, which is going to tell Hashcat to look for SHA-256. There's a -a flag, which is going to specify the attack type. By default, this is set to 0, which means you're going to be passing a word list along with the Hashcat command. -a3 will specify a mask-defined attack. And then the show flag is going to print out all of the discovered hashes along with their corresponding plaintext passwords in a more pretty format than the regular Hashcat output, and I'll show what that looks like later. So now to briefly discuss masks in Hashcat. Okay. Mask notation for a single character match is written as one question mark followed by a char set specifier. So you're going to be typing a question mark followed by one of these specifiers, and you can string together as many of these question marks and specifiers as you want. So some examples of mask notation, let's say you had this one right here, question mark L, question mark L, question mark U, question mark U, question mark D, question mark D. That can match any two lowercase letters followed by any two uppercase letters followed by any two digits. So these three are examples of matches. And masks can also contain strings. So this mask here will match the word hello followed by any two digits. So now I'm going to demo Hashcat. Before we start using it, I'm going to need to generate a hash of some plain text password. So to do that, we're just going to echo some password. I'm going to go ahead and pipe that into MD5 sum. So we're going to be using the MD5 sum hashing algorithm. And then I'm just going to go ahead and format that a little bit and pipe that into a text file. So pasting it into the terminal, you can see that the hash was stored in hash.txt. So now to actually call Hashcat, what we're going to have to do is Hashcat -m0, which is going to specify that is looking for MD5 sum hashes, the hash file, and then the path to the word list. So in this case, it's going to be home Kali downloads hash pwn.text. So pasting this into the terminal, we can see Hashcat is going to start up, and it's going to search for the password, and you can see it cracked it right away. So after Hashcat finishes, it's going to go ahead and give you a bunch of data about the start and end time. If there were multiple hashes that you wanted to search through, it'll go ahead and show you that, and it'll also show you how many hashes per second it was working at. So to easily see the hash that it generated, you're just going to call Hashcat -m0 for MD5 sum, and then show and hash.text. It'll go ahead and show you the hash next to, or the plain text password that it found. So to use Hashcat with a user-defined mask, the invocation is pretty similar. It's just Hashcat -m to specify the type of hashing algorithm that we're going to use. It's still MD5 sum. The path to the hash file, hash.text, and then we're going to specify the type of attack, which is actually going to be 3 for a user-defined mask. And then let's go ahead and use the same method as before to generate a new MD5 sum in our hash.text. So I'm going to make this one shorter since we are going to be brute forcing it. It's going to take a really long time if I don't make this password shorter. So I'm just going to make it black 12. And then if we go ahead and cat our hash.text, you can see that we have the second hash there. So now to match this black 12 with the mask, we're going to need 5 lowercase letters followed by 2 numbers. So that's going to be $L 5 times, and then $D with the numerical digits. So go ahead and put this into Hashcat. We're going to see that it's going to start churning away, and we can see that it already cracked it right away. And then once again, I'm just going to use the show command, and you can see that it prints out both of the discovered hashes back to back. So we have black cat 17 that we cracked with the word list, and then we have black 12 that we cracked with the brute force attack. So that was Hashcat, just a quick introduction and a demo of how it works. To summarize, make sure when using Hashcat you choose the right hash algorithm. You don't want to be trying to decrypt an MD5 hash using SHA-256 decryption. Make sure you choose the right attack mode. Remember, you don't really need -A0. Hashcat will automatically default to -A0, but if you are going to be using a user-defined mask, you're going to have to use -A3. And choose the right word list. There's a bunch of different word lists. They all are good for different things. They're all designed for different things. So using the website like the one I showed, this website has a bunch of different word lists. Make sure you go through all of them and find one that will work for your specific use case. Alright, so thank you for listening, and I hope you guys learned a little bit about Hashcat.